So we got another UFC card, the last UFC card of the year this weekend. UFC Fight Night Covington versus Buckley. And let me just say, I did very good for picks last week. I went 12 and 14. I got 12 out of 14 right. Very good. And the two fights I got wrong were they're pretty weird fights. The Korean Superboy looked amazing against Nate Landwehr. I didn't predict that. And then Weidman got stopped in the stupidest stoppage I've ever seen. But anyway, let's not talk about spilled milk. Let's talk about this weekend's card. So let's start off with the first fight of the night. We have Piera Rodriguez. We got P-Rod versus Josephine Knutsson. I'm going to take the Swede Knutsson here. She's looked very good. She's very well rounded. She has some very good wins as well. Level of competition, very good. She beat Jacinta Austin, who's a very good Australian fighter. And she's looked pretty good so far in her UFC career. She's not a big finishing threat. She's a bit of a decision machine. But I think she'll get this one done over P-Rod. Then moving on up, we have Davy Grant versus Ramon Tavares. Let's see, who are people going with this fight? Let's see, am I... Okay, I guess I'm... What are the betting odds? I guess I'm going against the grain here. I'm going with Davy Grant. He's very good. Very good. And Ramon Tavares doesn't have a good chin. That's something you got to mention. His chin is a bit sus. He got knocked out by Sadi. He's been knocked out a few times. And if anything, Davy Grant, he is a bit older, yes, but the power is the last thing to go. Davy Grant's very powerful. He's very good. Arguably should have beat Adrian Yanez back in the day. Very good fighter. He's got some very good wins. Beat Jonathan Martinez. He's a very powerful, very underrated fighter. So I'm going with Davy Grant to get this one done by KO over Ramon Tavares. Then we have Miranda Maverick versus Jamie Lynn Horf. I'm going to go Miranda Maverick. I think she'll get this one done. Jamie Lynn Horf isn't horrible, but I think Miranda Maverick's just a bit better. Then we have Miles John versus Felipe Lima. This is a tough fight. Wow, people are really going for Lima here. God damn. He is very good, to be fair, but where are the betting odds? There is no odds. Interesting. Oh, this is a tough fight to predict, but Lima looked really good upper weight class on short notice when he is clearly a bantamweight. I'm gonna go Felipe Lima here, but I'm not super confident. I don't think people should be underestimating Miles Johns. It's Miles Johns. He's a very underrated guy. I'm surprised he's getting this fight, to be fair. He should be getting a step up. He beat Douglas Silva de Andrade. But yeah, this is a weird fight to give him, but I'm gonna go Lima by submission probably to get this one over on Miles Johns. And we have Sean Woodson versus Fernando Padilla. I'm gonna go Sean Woodson. Fernando Padilla, interesting fighter. I don't think he's that good. I know he beat Julian Erosa, and normally if you beat Julian Erosa, that means you're bad, because Julian Erosa is one of those weird Michael Johnson type fighters where if you lose to him, you're going to be the GOAT. If you beat him, you're not that good. And he did beat Julian Erosa in a weird a weird stoppage. I thought it was very early, but he had a good performance his last fight. But I think Sean Woodson will win this. Sean Woodson's on fire against good levels of competition. Plus, I don't think Padilla is going to be used to fighting someone this long. Look at the difference in the build between these two. They're both very tall featherweights, but he's now going to be the smaller guy for once in his career. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Sean Woodson. I'm gonna go with the sniper to get this one done over Fernando Padilla. Then we have Drakkar Klose versus Joel Alvarez. I'm going to go Joel Alvarez. Not that Drakkar Klose is bad. He is a very good fighter. He's very underrated, actually. If you look at his two losses, one of those losses was to Beneil Dariush. The other one was to one of the Tamar brothers. The good brother. The really good brother. Like Drakkar Klose is very good. He's a very good fighter, but his level of competition, he is beating guys, but not the greatest guys. Yoel Alvarez is a bit of a different level compared to the guys he's been fighting. I think Yoel Alvarez is going to get this one done. He's a very good fighter. Very long, very powerful. Now, Drakkar Klose will probably have the wrestling advantage, but Alvarez has good triangles, good submissions. He's also just a big, powerful dude where I think he will be able to get his hands on him. The reach advantage is also going to be outrageous. 7-inch reach advantage. Now him making weight, that's a pretty big hurdle that Yoel Alvarez is going to face. But Drakkar Klose is also older. He's 36. Alvarez is 5 years younger. I'm going to go Yoel Alvarez based on youth, size, skill, and just even level of experience. He's got more experience than Drakkar Klose. And Drakkar Klose doesn't have the greatest chin, so I'm going to go Yoel Alvarez. I mean, his last loss was literally to Arman Tsarukyan, I believe. Yeah, it was to Arman Tsarukyan. Not a bad loss. And he's a young guy. He's rapidly improving. He probably will have to eventually go up to welterweight, though. But I'm going to go Yoel Alvarez to get this one done. Then moving on up, we have Michael Johnson versus Osman Azaitar. I'm going Michael Johnson, but I don't like this fight because he should beat Osman Azaitar. So this is one of those weird fights where he'll probably just get randomly fucking knocked out, as is Michael Johnson's career. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to go with him to get this one done over Osman Azaitar. He's just too quick. Even in his older age, he's quick. Azaitar's been chinned as well, back to back. His chin isn't good. He's taken a lot of damage. I'm going to go Michael Johnson. And also, always remember that the Weasel said Osman Azaitar would be a top 5 lightweight. I just always got to mention that. No shade to the Weasel, but I don't know what he ever seen in Osman Azaitar. Then we have Navajo Sterling versus Tuco Tokos. I think this is a pretty easy matchup to predict. I think Navajo Sterling's going to get this one done all day. He's bigger. He's more athletic. He's a better striker. He's got a better chin. Tokos doesn't have the greatest chin. I think Navajo Sterling get this one done all day, probably by knockout. But he's also very well rounded. That's something that people don't know about Navajo Sterling. Very good wrestling, very good jiu-jitsu. He's won a couple jiu-jitsu tournaments. So he's not like a one-dimensional CKB kickboxer or anything by any means. He's very well rounded. But he will probably just win this with the striking regardless. But he's very strong, very athletic, big dude. So yeah, I got Navajo Sterling. If you watch any video with any of the CKB boys, they always just talk up Navajo. And I know they did also talk up Blood Diamond, but this feels a little differently because they're talking about how he literally batters them. Tyson Pedro talked about how Navajo would bash him in sparring and all this stuff. So, he's a decent light heavyweight. So I think he'll get this one done over Tuco Tokos. Then we have Daniel Marcos versus Adrian Yanez. I'm going Daniel Marcos to get this one done. Good leg kicks. We seen Yanez didn't have any answer for the leg kicks from Martinez. Now, I know Martinez kicks like a mule, but Marcos, he's got good leg kicks, good kickboxing, very well rounded. Shouldn't have beat Davy Grant, that's worth mentioning. Davy Grant definitely beat him, but Davy Grant also arguably definitely beat Adrian Yanez. So I'm going to go Daniel Marcos to get this one done, but it's a close fight. Yanez is a good boxer, but I think Daniel Marcos gets this one done. Then we have Dustin Jacoby versus Vitor Petrino. This is a fucking shit fight to predict. Because Petrino literally lost to 2024 Anthony Smith. That is horrible. That is a bad look. And everyone's really going for him here. Why is he such a big underdog? And I know he's got problems with guys with power, but should it be Cleo Roundtree? Oh, this is such a pain in the ass to predict. What is the age difference? Oh my god, I don't know who to pick. This is generally one of the toughest fights, but I do love me a Dustin Jacoby underdog. I'm gonna go Vitor Petrino just because that was where I was telling myself I'm gonna predict. He has power. The thing with Dustin Jacoby is he's good, but power punches, they always seem to get him. He always seems to get knocked down, and he could be winning this whole fight, and Petrino might just knock him down and win that round. So I'm going to go Vitor Petrino, but Dustin Jacoby, very underrated, could definitely get this done. I'm going to go Manel Cape over Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva's good, but Manel Cape is better. So that's my prediction for that fight there. Not much thought goes into it. Bruno Silva was getting pieced up by Cody Durden before he got the knockout. I think Manel Cape will be able to beat him up. So I'm going Manel Cape. Cub Swanson versus Billy Quarantillo. I'm going to go Cub Swanson. I know he's older. Okay, the majority of people are going with Cub Swanson. Okay, I thought I was going to be, different here, but he's the slight underdog. He is older, but so is Billy Q. Billy Q is much older than people realize. He's 36, taking a lot of damage as well. Had that bad KO loss to Edson Barboza. Got choked out by Yusuf Zalal. Got bashed by Shane Burgos, but he showed a good chin in that fight, but got head kicked. He's taking so much bad damage. Well, Karma Worthy. He knocked out Karma Worthy. Everyone's done it at least once, but I think Cub Swanson's going to get this one done. I don't know. I have a weird feeling this is going to be like a Nico Price versus Robbie Lawler type fight where like Cub Swanson just comes out batters him. I mean, look what he did to Darren Elkins, and Darren Elkins is still beating people to this day. So, like, who did Darren Elkins just beat? He beat someone pretty decent. Like, who he wasn't expected to beat. Daniel Pineda. He beat Daniel Pineda. Like, that was a shocking win because Pineda's actually looked pretty good lately. So yeah, I'm gonna go Cub Swanson to get this one. I think he should beat Billy Q. Billy Q's also very hittable. So yeah, I think Cub Swanson will get them hands going. Then we have Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. Who are the majority of people? I already have my pick set, but I just want to see who people are going for. Okay, who's the favorite? Okay, so I'm not going to be saying too much of a hot take here, but I think Joaquin Buckley gets this one done over Colby Covington. I think Joaquin Buckley's a nightmare matchup for Colby Covington. I really do think that. I have not been a big believer in Joaquin Buckley. I've picked him in all of his fights except for the Alex Morono fight, weirdly enough, even though I'm not a fan of Morono. I picked him in all of his fights. Except for, I think I might have picked Luque as well. Like, I am not a believer in Joaquin Buckley, but he has kept winning these fights. I really do think he's going to win this fight over Colby Covington. Colby Covington is very washed. Like, he's not the same fighter anymore. He's older. He didn't look good against Leon Edwards. He's been out for another year. Like, he's not taking his career seriously. I like Colby. Like, don't get me wrong. Colby winning would be awesome. Like, I'm not a Colby hater by any means. I just think Joaquin Buckley he's on fire. He's very athletic. Great takedown defense. His cardio is also weirdly good as well. He has actually a weirdly good gas tank. Obviously not on Colby's level, but I think he's going to knock Colby Covington out. Colby Covington's hittable. He's been taking a lot of damage. The takedown defense is good, but the get-ups are also very impressive from Buckley. Like, he's just very athletic. He's hard to hold down. He's hard to also get down from what I've seen, especially at welterweight. Yeah, he got taken down by Nasruddin Imavov, but Imavov's a big middleweight, big dude. While these welterweights, they're not as strong as Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley's just a strong man. And I think he's got a big reach advantage. He's powerful. Colby's, coming towards the end of his career. I think Joaquin Buckley's going to get this one done. Now, if Colby goes out there and wrestle fucks him over and over again, I'd be also happy with that. We get a cool Colby post-fight interview, but I just think at this point in their careers, I think Joaquin Buckley's got this one. Now, if this was prime for prime, I would trust Colby to win this, I feel like, but it would still be a very tough matchup for him. That's the thing. Joaquin Buckley's sort of built to beat a guy like Colby Covington. He's shorter, which being shorter is like a benefit when it comes to wrestling. It's harder to get to the legs. He's a strong base. He's a big welterweight. He's powerful. So I think he's going to get this one done over Colby Covington. I think he's going to get a knockout. So I'm going Joaquin Buckley to get this one done. And if this is on the feet, like, Joaquin Buckley's got a big striking advantage, I feel like. So yeah, I'm gonna go Joaquin Buckley to get this one done to end the year. But let me know who you guys have in the comment section. Let me know what you think of my picks, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Bye.